Welcome back. I am N.S. Lavanya, Assistant Professor, Department of English, KCS Kasinadar College of Arts and Science. Let's see the summary of the short story After 20 Years, written by O. Henry. After 20 Years is a short story by O. Henry about two best friends, Jimmy Wells and Bob, who decide to go down different paths and make a pact to meet at the same place after 20 years. Bob leaves New York to go try his luck in the West, and Jimmy decides to stay and becomes a cop. The story opens with a cop walking around the deserted streets of New York in the evening, doing his duty and checking the locks of every establishment and business that he passes by. He finds a man standing in the doorway of a hardware store. The man has an unlit cigar in his hand. On inquiring, he tells the cop that he is waiting for an old friend who he had promised to meet at the very place 20 years ago before going west. He tells the cop that he is waiting for Jimmy Wells, his old friend, almost like a brother, with whom he had spent the golden years of his childhood. That's why a strange man comes there to find out his friend. While talking to the cop, the man lights his cigar, and in that brief illumination, the cop notices that the man has a pale face, a scar near his right eyebrow, and sharp eyes. The glint of a diamond on the man's scarf tells a lot about his riches, and when he pulls out his diamond-studded watch to check the time, the cop comments that he must have done really well in the West. We get to know some information about this stranger. The man boasts that he has and wishes that his plodder friend had done at least half of what he has achieved. He is sure that his friend, if he is alive, will definitely meet him as promised, no matter what, for his friend is the truest, stanchest old chap in the world. The cop goes on his way, the rain starts to fall, and the man keeps waiting. After a few minutes, a man arrives and introduces himself as Jimmy. Bob is happy to find his friend, and both men share pleasantries. Bob notices that Jimmy has changed, in fact, was taller than he remembered. Jimmy says that he grew a bit after 20. Jimmy insists that since the old restaurant where they had their last meal together 20 years ago is not there anymore, they should go to some other place. They started walking. As they passed the street light, Bob looks at his friend's face and says that though 20 years can change a man in many ways, it rarely changes the shape of a man's nose. He asks if he is Jimmy. The other man says that he is not, and that Bob has been under arrest for the past 10 minutes. He tells him to come with him quietly and hands him a letter, which says, Bob was reading the letter. I was at the place on time. I saw the face of the man wanted by Chicago cops. I didn't want to arrest you myself, so I went and got another cop and sent him to do the job. Written by Jimmy. So, stranger's actual friend was the man who met him before. Now, the stranger was arrested. That's the end of the story. Thanks for watching. We meet again in the next video.